Also, Governor Richardson announced the purchase of land for Cannon Air Force Base's Melrose Bombing Range, which will provide an expanded facility for training for the Air Force. In November 2009, it was announced by Senators Jeff Bingaman and Tom Udall that the Senate approved legislation to fund key military construction projects, including $70 million of construction at Cannon. They're actually spending over $200 million out at Cannon Air Force Base in everything that they're doing. We continue to work to support our local businesses such as ag, dairy, railroad, BNSF, retail, manufacturing, and other small businesses. During the past year, the Clovis Municipal Airport has not only increased its visibility as the aviation focal point of the East Central region of New Mexico, but it has made headway in acquiring federal and state support for a runway extension project. The project has been prioritized #1 by the state for this funding period. By getting the extension, we will not only increase the safety for current jet traffic, but also position ourselves for enhanced air service to the east. And this is what we have so desperately would like to get, something that takes us to Dallas, which is the hub that you can get anywhere. As part of the extension plan, a connector taxiway was designed and constructed during the last year. Negotiations of terms for the relocation of FAA-owned navigational equipment was also accomplished. Clovis Municipal Airport was awarded the Most Improved Airport for 2009 by the New Mexico Airport Managers Association. Airports were judged by State Aviation Division personnel for administrative expertise, long-term capital and improvements, maintenance and upkeep, community acceptance and support. So congratulations to our airport. The Department of Building Safety for the City of Clovis is the only municipality that had an increase in new residential construction in the state for 2009. They permitted 215 new residents compared to 193 last year. The value of the construction was $47,392,000. For the new commercial construction, they had 10 new commercial permits for $30 million. For all new permits, they had a grand total valuation of $160,778,000, which is a total permit fee of $211,000. The department added an electrical inspector to their staff, which makes them a full-service department. That addition has been a great help to the city and the local contractors because of time factor. Used to, we'd have to wait for the state to send someone in, and now we are available. The city now has a 24-hour turnaround for most all inspections. The Planning and Zoning Department looked at 15 preliminary plats and processed 26 final plats in 2009. There were 2 annexations into the city for Stonebrook and Pheasant Run subdivisions. The Code Enforcement Division sent out 2,700 letters just for weeds, and it looks like they're going to have to start on that again with all the recent rains. There were also over 1,400 letters for public nuisance. The total complaints and public contacts for code enforcement came to just over 18,000 in 2009. So they have a busy job. Vector Control continues to do an amazing job as he covers the entire county with just 1 full-time and 1 part-time personnel. Keep Clovis Beautiful. In April 2009, the City Commission approved the creation of a Keep Clovis Beautiful committee, which replaced Clovis Pride, and the group has been working on beautification projects since this time. In 2009, the City of Clovis supported Curry County in their efforts in landscaping a median between Clovis and Cannon Air Force Base. This committee is working diligently on beautifying the city. That includes abandoned buildings, cleanup and redesign of medians, education programs, cleanup days, which we're having on Saturday, and looking at city ordinances to help with this process. You know, first impressions can be lasting impressions. So when people come into our community, we absolutely need to be on this, and it's critical that we address these areas as they come into town. The Summer Yard and Business of the Month recognitions will begin in May 2010, and we would like to encourage you to contact the city if you see a property or a business that you think should be recognized for this award. The Great American Cleanup will be held this Saturday again at 8 o'clock, beginning at 500 Sycamore, and we invite you to please come out for the trash cleanup. Clovis Main Street. In 2009, the City of Clovis remediated the former Hotel Clovis of asbestos and pigeon guano and stabilized the lead-based paint at the building. This was, I think, one of the most amazing things that happened was finding the grant to go out there to clean that up. I think we all know that building has sat there since 1985 and with nothing going on in it, and we all have memories of the way that it used to be, and so it was important to get it cleaned up. We found the grant to do it, and that's been done. The Clovis City Commission approved a developer to redevelop the Hotel Clovis, and we have been working closely to support the developers obtaining tax credits through the New Mexico Mortgage and Finance Authority. And as a matter of fact, just a few days ago, the city received word that the Hotel Clovis was one of 5 projects to receive preliminary approval of the tax credits. So what this means is that there's a 30-day process for the appeal process, and then after that, we can hopefully move forward. He gets investors, buy the tax credits, and then he can move forward on the project. So it was excellent, excellent news. We're not there yet. There's still some hurdles to overcome, but we feel really good about it. We will begin to move this process forward in hopes of making this a reality. We held the 2nd annual Mayor's Ball in 2009 with almost $2,000 going to help the Clovis Main Street. The same amount was also donated to the Clovis Animal Welfare League and the United Way. So not only did we have a good time, we were able to help 3 agencies as well. In 2009, the Clovis Main Street program received a grant for $131,000 for streetscape improvements and did a stamped concrete finish on the sidewalk. We also saw some significant private investment in properties in the downtown area, such as the Bank of Clovis remodeling their property, and then there's some new remodeling at the corner of 7th and Main. And that's going to be really a neat office complex, and it kind of makes you, it's going to have the feel of downtown. So I think, as you can see, it has been an unbelievable year. It has been busy. I feel like that at times we just kind of run around and try to get things taken care of. And again, I want to thank the Commission for all that they've done. But you know, we continue to move. I think you can see that Clovis truly is a city on the move. But to continue to move, you must have vision, goals, and plans of action. So with all the successes, we still have some things to do. We are working on plans, 1-year plans, 3-year plans, 5-year plans that will address all the issues that we feel are needed, such as streets. You know, this is something that we absolutely, we meet with Mr. Howalt, our city engineer, and with Mr. Thomas, and these things are needed because our growth. We are so blessed to live where we live and have the mission that we have at Cannon Air Force Base and all the things going on because we are in a growth mode, which many other areas don't have that. But we need plans to make sure that our streets are taken care of. And like I mentioned, hopefully 21st Street is going to start late summer. I see Justin out there. You're going to shake. There you go. Good answer. And so we want to get that one going. But we also have Norris that needs to be work done from Llano Estacado up to Wilhite, Martin Luther King from Llano to the hospital. So these are things that we're going to be working on. We also need to continue beautification efforts. You know, and this is tough, but it's something that you just have to do, and you have to work, and we will make improvements. And over the next several months, we'll be looking at the quality of life plan, which was mentioned briefly. This includes park enhancements. It has proven to me of how many people go out to Green Acres Park, just drive by there. The skate park was full, the playground was full, and there were people walking all around the walking trails. And so it's just exciting to see all of that. A couple of years, so we are going to continue that with expanded soccer fields. We want a completion of the wellness center, a youth recreation building. We went to Hobbs the other day, and you know, Clovis, we're better than Hobbs, but they did have some neat, aren't we? But they did have some, they did have some really, really exciting things. And so we're going to kind of maybe look at ways that we can do some of the things. They had a youth recreation building, which we're going to look at doing that so we can actually get back to having youth activities and maybe some summer programs and things like that. So we feel that's very, very important. And completion of the wellness center. And then, so that way we can have all of these things, and that's why people will move to a community is for these things. And then a possibility of a golf course expansion. A couple of years ago, a committee was put together to look at a new city hall. And this was done after the tornado hit, and they were thinking, you know, we may need to do something because what it would have taken out where our command center was because they didn't really have it in a very safe room. So that was looked at. And so what we have decided from that is to look at a new city hall or look at that versus maybe looking at all the possibilities at maybe an existing building in the downtown area. And so, you know, we have totally outgrown our current city hall, and it's really time to kind of start looking and putting the plans together to see if we can do something. Now, of course, I realize all this takes funding, but we will, and it doesn't happen overnight. But if you don't have a plan and if you don't have a vision, then you don't get it done. So we will look forward to doing that. We're going to be looking for funding sources and work on what we can get done. I would love to see us set a goal. There's all these goals out there, and the best community to live, the prettiest community to live, and I think our goal should be that Clovis, New Mexico is the best community to live. These things cannot happen overnight, but by putting together our goals and our plans, we can chart our course for generations to come. So with that, again, I appreciate all the hard work that everyone's done. It's been an honor to be your mayor, and I look forward to another exciting year. Thank you.